Hi everyone, I'm Shujie, an international student from China. Last year came here alone. That's when I first came to America. I did not know anything about this country, the way people live, the way they talk, the way they express. There are a lot of cultural differences. I was always afraid of talking to the local people or might be shy to speak to them. I never imagined that someday I can have lunch with a person from a totally different cultural background. I was always worried about my poor English. I was afraid that I might misunderstand them or have little topics to them. I'm such a shy girl, so this time this task must be a big challenge to me. When I first talked to Jenna, one of my American friend, and sent her first message, I was so nervous, but also glad and excited. The time when I waited to her message, a lot of thoughts from through my mind, like would she like to talk to me? What kinds of topics can I have with her? Should I teach her some Chinese? Such kinds of mind. I nearly cannot speak English. Um, I even thought, should I take her to Panda or to eat Chinese food or just in one of our dorms dining hall? Finally, we decided to meet at Shaw, a wonderful dining hall containing a lot of delicious food, which can make me fat at least 15 pounds, I thought. Freshmen always 15 pounds. Students here said this. In my mind, it is kind of unwritten traditional culture. Before we see each other, we keep in touch with message. I really enjoy the way to communicate with her. Hence, as a teacher, if you want to know your students from different culture backgrounds deeply, you have to choose the way the students feel comfortable. Most comfortable, I thought. If students feel shy to talk to you or afraid of standing in front of the whole class, you can use classical conditioning. For example, every time before a student stand in front of the class, you can encourage him or her and give a relaxed environment. For example, listen to some music or start interesting stories. Thus, every time the student began to talk, he or she might feel relaxed and then might can speak aloud and feel comfortable to communicate with you and the whole class. When I ate with Jenna, after talking interesting things about our totally different cultural, I found the environment was a little awkward when we nearly had nothing to share. So I began to teach her some little Chinese to catch her attention again, such as her name in Chinese and the meaning of her Chinese name, and some traditional Chinese festivals like Spring Festival, and some Chinese food like dumplings is my favorite food. So luckily we were both very happy through we're talking. Um, through this, when we taught students, we should always catch their attention. It means that we should never talking things in the same way, because when we face students from all over the world, we ought to change teaching approaches and our minds all the time and add more interesting things to teach them. So the most important thing is to know your students deeply. Every student, I mean, realize what they like and what they do not like, and then make a plan to teach them. As teacher, we should always prepare well to all kinds of different students. So that's all my idea. I'm so glad to share my feelings with you all. Thank you.